So that's offline collaboration, right? Which is terrific. And we also looked at preview, right? We have a nice big preview that's accessible from iPhone, iPad, etc. The preview window also has the ability for the timeline sensitive information. So I'm just going to jump to the next one. So let's talk about real-time collaboration for a minute. So how many times do you guys get in there and you say, the customer says, hey, just that one part after the girl does that, and then, make it fade faster. That's a common thing, right? So one thing that you guys can do, not only have the offline discussions, but anybody on this video looking at it at the same time can simply come in here and click the sync button. You guys can be connected over Skype, over your cell phone, over your mobile device, and connect directly. And now anybody who does scrubbing, that's going to be synced up between them. And also playback is synchronized as well. And that's all built into the product. We have some additional real-time collaboration features that'll be out before the end of the month, which is also the ability to draw on the screen in real time. And we have drawing tools for the timeline notes and tasks. So if you need color correction around a specific range or want to make notes or markup in a specific area, you can add it at that level as well. So let's take a look here. So the next item is editing, right? So when we talk about editing for this specific product with PixelFlow, what we're talking about is primarily pre-editing. In other words, the ability to go in and edit, make edits based on the uploaded scenes that the director or production manager says, this is what I'm looking for, and being able to communicate that back to the director without having to get access to the proxies, without having to be in the same room at the same time, without having to know Final Cut Pro or Avid. The ability to be able to do those edits online with the uploaded videos. So once you're in from the project homepage, production managers have a special button here called Pixel Mixer. And our internet connection's a little slow, so bear with me, but what it's going to do is load up our cloud-based editing solution. And this cloud-based editing solution is going to have all the videos or scenes or whatever you want to call them, every video that's been uploaded for a specific project. And what the producer can now start doing, or the production manager, is, let's see here, is they can now start dragging and dropping these items onto the timeline. And doing basic, start with the basic types of edits that they're looking for as well. So I'll take this video, and you can add, I'll show you here, you can add images, so you can add stills. So if you're interested in doing a storyboarding type approach, you can upload your own audio. There's built-in transitions. There's also text, so you can drag and drop text onto the timeline as well. And there is, so very simple tools. You can also upload any other type of media into this interface to do these edits. Once those edits are done, and I'll just hit preview here so you can kind of get a flavor for it. Once these edits are done, you can hit publish, and it'll publish those edits back to the project. So you can get those edits, a rough cut of those edits, back in front of your customer. The other thing you can do is export this to CMX 3600, export it to EDL, so that you can, the editor can then have a running start on edits on the production. And approval, right? We've got to get customers' approval before we can bill them, right? Because it's all about, in the end, getting paid for our wonderful creative work. So from the customer interface, which unfortunately isn't loaded right now, so it looks like I had a reboot on some of my browsers here, but I'll show you what the customer can do from their iPhone or their iPad or their desktop, not only can they request changes via the timeline notes that we were looking at, but what they can also do is mark the video as approved. And so any videos marked as approved will show up in the full discussion. You'll receive a record from the customer or from the site via text or email, whatever you have configured. You'll receive a notification, and you can track those notifications or track those approvals as well, so that once the video is approved, you can move on to the payment and delivery process. So this is a nice little tool. So in the end, you've got all this video, you've uploaded it to the cloud. You want to get paid for it, right? You're waiting for the check in the mail. So there's got to be a better way to do that, right? So what we've done is add an additional feature here that PixelFlow can do, because PixelFlow's roots come from stock footage. All of our transcoding technology and back-end infrastructure came from originally from a stock footage platform. So we understand things like licensing and being able to release files to customers and checkout processes, and being able to get that payment to you via your PayPal or merchant account. So what you can do is click the edit button and for a video, and what it's going to do is load all the metadata for the video. Now, we pull in metadata from your QuickTime or MXF file or whatever type of file you've uploaded. All that's also searchable through the projects interface, I want to add. I also kind of mentioned at the beginning of the presentation that the solution is 100% customizable. So not only can we turn on and off specific features like payment, we support vertical video if you guys are working with some of the new shopping mall stuff. We support releases. There's a lot of features that we can turn on and off that are totally built into the product. And another feature I'm going to talk about here at the end is the branded option, where this whole module here with 2 lines of code runs inside your website, sends from your email server. So it is part of your own customer experience, and there's no PixelFlow involved. It's all about your business and your ability to deliver to the customer. So what we can do here is we can, in the video details, we have payments enabled for this account. We can select a price. You can come in here and set a price, and then you select a customer. And I don't have any customers loaded, or any customers selected. They're all part of this account. But you would select a customer, and the customer would get an email letting them know the video is ready for purchase. The customer could then come in through the interface, through the message they got, click on the message, purchase the video, and we can then post the payment directly against your PayPal or merchant account. If we use your merchant account, there's no markup. If we use we use PayPal, we have to charge you a marginal markup percentage because we get charged for merchant fees. But just to kind of clarify there a little bit, there's built-in a license transfer agreement. So for rights transfer, in other words, if you're doing a work for hire and you want to transfer those rights over to the customer, it's their footage, you select this box right here. The other thing you can do is take payments online, and as soon as you select this button, that file you uploaded, the customer can now use the same interface to either pay for it or to download that file. So no more FTP or whatever else. It's all built in here. So I'll hit cancel here, and I think that's pretty good. So I think that's about it. I wanted to leave plenty of time for Q&A because, again, I understand everybody's production process is different. I'm going to show just a couple more features before we jump into Q&A. One feature is this is also a communication tool. There's built-in notifications as well as contact information. We have support for Skype, so you can see you can connect to somebody via Skype. So a lot of people are using this with production teams in different geographic locations where they're working around the world and they need to do more offline type collaboration in the production process. There's also built-in SMS, so if you need to send somebody a quick SMS message. There's built-in notifications within the site, so you can track what type of information has been conveyed. The product is, again, we try to keep things as simple as possible in terms of the end user experience. So with that, I'll just kind of turn it over, and I'd like to use the remainder of the time to answer any questions.